Welcome to Dr. Josefina's Way. I am Dr. Josefina Monasterio. We have a great program for you today. Today we're talking about the power of the word. Words are very powerful. Today can be the best day of your life, and every day brings a new and better possibilities. You are in charge of taking control of your day the first thing in the morning. Well, how? That's what the program is all about today. Of course, we're going to have the affirmation of the week, our happy and healthy lifestyle, our empowerment lesson. Laura Garruich is co-hosting with me today. But first, let's take our yoga break. Namaste. Today, we're going to practice the bend forward yoga position or asana. And remember that flexibility is the key. We need to be flexible mentally, spiritually, and physically. So we're gonna bring the arms up to the sky and we're gonna reach all the way forward and relax. I can hear you saying, oh, I can do that. Well, the thing with the yoga discipline is that you can only bend forward this way, that's fine. If you can go this far, that's fine. As far as you can go. Yoga is not competing with anybody, but just getting better yourself. And stretch. And amazing, because as you hold the pose, your body starts getting more flexible. And all the way, very slowly. Stretch up to the sky. And one more time, just extending. Visualize yourself just nice and flexible. Yoga has a very healing powers. It quiets your mind. Relax. Namaste. Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and in today's program we're talking about the power of the word. So the affirmation is, I control my self-talk and I am careful about the pictures that I hold in my mind. I control my self-talk and I am careful about the pictures that I hold in my mind. I control my self-talk and I am careful about the pictures that I hold in my mind. And sometimes we have the delusion that the words that we say don't have any power, any consequence. Of course they do. Your destiny is based in the way you talk to yourself and in the way you talk to others. So once and for all, we have to really get it in our head that whatever I say is exactly the reality that I will be creating in my life. So it's very important that once we understand that words have power and that whatever is manifesting in my reality is nothing else but the manifestation of the way that I talk to myself. So I control my self-talk and I am careful about the pictures that I hold in my mind.
Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and I'm Laura Guttridge. We are going to start off talking about the lesson, and you simply state at the beginning of the lesson the importance of us taking control of each day and the thoughts that we have and the words that we choose.
Yes.
And you know, the lesson came at a funny time because I was reading the lesson and I was having a bad day. And I wanted to get on Facebook and rant. So, you know, with the internet, you know, not only can the words be, like a spoken word is so bad, but on the internet it has the power of being so worse, because you get on there and all of a sudden 300 people are reading your words.
Yes.
And within 10 minutes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I wanted to get on there. I updated my status very negatively, and then I was ready to get on there and do more damage. And I thought, I need to stop. So I went to the home improvement store and got a bunch of stepping stones and made a path in my backyard instead. And I'm just glad that I stopped myself.
Absolutely. And why, after reading the whole lesson, I'm so happy that you applied the lesson, because that's the beautiful thing with you. But what happened? What stopped you? After you read the lesson, why do you felt I need to stop this? Why? Well,
because I knew the next day everything would be okay, and I was probably overreacting. Because a lot of people do overreact initially.
Yes, yes.
Then if you have, a 24-hour cooling off period, it's not so bad then.
Yes.
So, but I could have caused a lot of damage. With the words I was going to choose.
And Laura, the thing, I'm so glad you stopped and you became aware of it, because those words will come back to you.
Oh, yes.
And they manifest all this negativity that you don't really want in your life.
Right.
So that's the reason I'm so happy that you stopped.
Right, and you talk about that kind of ties into our outer world as a direct result of our inner world. So, you see a lot of situations that people get themselves in, and it doesn't just happen overnight.
Exactly.
It's their own creation.
Absolutely.
Like you said, our life is, a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
And I found that to be interesting, because you usually hear about self-fulfilling prophecies, kind of focusing on one thing.
Yes.
But it can be focused on a whole, too.
Whole life. From day one. And that's what I emphasize with my clients and with people, is that the first thing that you do in the morning, as soon as you get up in the morning, you establish your day.
Right.
And you can establish a day of success, empowerment, prosperity, feeling good, or the opposite.
Right.
Of failure.
Right. And you have to understand the nature of what you're saying, and some people might not realize the negativity that it's producing.
Absolutely.
Because they're dwelling on things, or maybe some words that somebody else had said to them. So it kind of has, your words can have this ripple effect.
It does.
Yes, and there's a lot of things in my mind, and it seems like when those words are said that are harsh, that come from someone you love or someone that means, those are the words that really stick to you.
Absolutely. They break you.
They do.
They can break you, or they can give you power and strength, but most of the time they break you. So you have to be extremely careful what you say.
Yes, and because I don't want to be one of those people that breaks somebody, with my words, my ranting,
Exactly.
So that's why it is so important to start off each day with a conscious awareness of that.
Absolutely.
Because, it does seem like such a simple thing, just be careful about the words you... It's more complicated than that.
It is, because you know what happened, Laura? If when you talk, you put your hand in front of your face, right? Like I'm doing right now. And then what happened when I speak? I feel the energy of my words coming out. So people think, well, I say, and the words just the wind takes them. No, what happened? Whatever I'm saying, I presenting this energy into my environment.
Right.
So instead of the words disappearing, they don't. They incubate. Then what happened? Like you were saying, they wait for a ripe time and ripe time so that they manifest. And then people say, why is this happening to me? Well, what people fear the most, that's what happened to them, because that's what they keep dwelling on.
Well, but when you talk about this manifestation, are you saying that, like, if you say these words, they'll come back to haunt you because somebody will repeat what you said again?
Well,
bring it back to you?
Well, that plus, because I don't say it once. I say it all my life. You know, you probably have people that you know exactly what they're going to be saying the next sentence because they keep repeating their story. So what happened, the more you dwell on that, the more you cultivate that environment for that which you don't want to manifest. So it's the dwelling, it's the repetition. If you said something negative and you let it go and you don't dwell on it, you forget, it's okay. Because it's their repetition with it.
Okay, that's kind of like builds it and keeps it and like almost burns it in.
Exactly, because you focus in that. That which you focus on, that's exactly what you create in your life.
Right, right. And you know, another thing also, your words can be turned around by other people.
Yes.
Like you may say something and all of a sudden they're repeating what you said, but they're adding to it, making it much worse than it is.
And that's why you can't waste your time with that. Because what happens is their perception, their interpretation of a reality that is not your reality is their reality. Therefore, it's not worth your time. You know, because if you have your heart is clean and your mind knows what you meant and all that good stuff, you know, the good stuff, then you don't have to worry about what anybody says because the light always shines in the dark.
That's right.
And you shining and the dark comes in and then you blow them away.
Right.
You know, so go ahead.
Well, you know, I did have, you know, a question mark here on one of, but I think you may have answered it. The words don't disappear, but you said they remain dormant, incubating, in time to bear fruit. I hate to go back to it again, but I'm still a little confused about this.
Well, I'm glad because most people might be.
Yes. Are you saying that you have to be careful about the words you choose because they're going to come? They don't disappear.
No, they don't.
But are you talking about in the person's mind that you said them to, that it's going to hurt them, or come back to hurt you?
In the person's mind, in the container. Because my disagreement, my hate for you, my unforgiveness for you, I'm the one carrying on. So it's the same thing with the negativity, the negative thought, the misery that I have. The only person it's going to damage is me.
Right.
So it's the person who holds on to that stuff. Make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the words manifest in a way to not only damage the person that's saying them, but damage the person that they're being said to.
Yes, only if that person, if I'm telling you something negative, and you are always working on yourself, you got your self-esteem together, you know the type of person Laura Garrett is, I can say anything I want about you and it doesn't bother you. Because you're not giving me the power to disturb your peace because you know the truth about you.
Okay.
So the person has to be, you know, somebody who does their homework on themselves, not in somebody else. Like I say, you know, criticizing, condemning, and complaining, it's going to harm you. It's going to harm the person who's doing it. It's going to set you back.
Okay.
But it's that kind of thing. So basically, it comes down to whatever anybody says, it's okay.
Right.
Because opinions are like belly button. Everybody has one, but it's good for nothing. Is it clear, baby?
Yes. Bottom line is, have positive thoughts. Don't let negativity spew out of your mouth. Think about what you're going to say before you say it, because you might be sorry if you don't.
Exactly. And remember, you create your reality based on the power of the words that you are saying. And like you were saying, it has the power to harm you, and it has the power to harm others.
That's right.
And we want to continue and welcome our viewers, and you stay tuned. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Send us your email. Check us on Facebook. Everywhere. We are everywhere. Thank you for watching. We're gonna come back with the lesson. Thank you, baby. Mwah.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and today's lesson is about the power of the word. Today can be turned out to be the best day of your life. Every day brings new and better possibilities. You are in charge of taking control of your day from the beginning to the end. How? By controlling the way you talk to yourself and you talk to others. Words are very powerful. One day of criticizing, condemning, and complaining has the power to set set your back a year. The way you talked affects your destiny. No matter how good or how bad your life is, every circumstance can change for the best if you learn how to command your day early in the morning. Words have power, presence, and prophetic implication. Life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Prophecies create a magnetic force that pulls the manifestation of what you are saying, whether it's good for you or not. Your outer world is a direct result of your inner world. Every circumstance in life is a result of a choice, and every choice is the result of a thought. If you are or you don't like where you are only one thought away from turning towards the life you truly want. All the thoughts that fill your mind hold the key to your reality. Instead of loading your mind with negative thought, think about positive thought, loving thought, constructive thought, majestic thought. Generate excitement and expectation with every word that comes out of your mouth. I urge you, encourage you, empower you to create and master your life just the way you want. Eliminate from your vocabulary once and for all the phrases such as I have to, I got to, I should. It's so hard. Life is no fair. Well, I guess you got my point. Right away, you can see how these statements can eliminate any other possibility. We define our lives with every thought and every word that we say. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You can control your life by 1, taking control of your mind and your mouth. That way, you access success, prosperity, and happiness. What occupies your mind determines what eventually fills your mouth. So, number 2, think about what you are going to say before you say anything. Ask yourself the question, is this what I want to create in my life? Words don't disappear once they are released into the atmosphere in your environment. They remain dormant, incubating until the perfect right time to manifest exactly what you are saying. Number 3, filter out anything that you don't want to show up in your future. Focus on what you want. Number 4, fill your mind with godly thought, great thought, loving thought. Fix your thought in what is good and loving and a good report. Here are some of the benefits why you should do this, because you might be wondering, why would I want to do that? Number 1, it gives you a sense of control. It gives you a sense of purpose, increases your productivity, creates focus and flow of accomplishment. It gives you strength and power to deal with whatever life presents to you. And also, you will become aware of the intoxication and the sense of that aroma of divine success, supernatural accomplishment, and a continuous moment of heavenly bliss, peace, and contentment. And that is what I call a blessed attack. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Mwah!